guys, welcome back to another episode of Life with Zendi Mwatha. If you're new to this channel, hi, my name is Zendi Mwatha, aka Mama Fabian. I'd like to welcome you to the Life with Zendi Mwatha family. So if you're new here, I just introduced myself. Thank you so much for subscribing to my channel. Thank you guys for getting me to 1,000 subscribers. As in, it's crazy, it's amazing, and I'm very grateful for it. I do not take it for granted. And yeah, here's to more, what are they called? Here's to more, taking more leaps together, achieving new goals together. And yeah, this channel is going to go very fast. So today I'm gonna start, as promised, a 4-part series because I can't fit the whole story in one video. It's gonna be too long and I feel like you guys won't watch the whole thing, or utachoka kuwatch katikati because it's a lot of talking, just talking, you know. So I'm gonna do this story in 4-part series, and by this story I mean like I'm going to give you guys the story of how not how, but the story of me now losing my daughter. Yeah, for those who don't know, I was pregnant a month ago. So it's been a month since I lost my daughter. On 6th of May, that's when she passed away. So yeah, at 27 weeks. So yeah, I'm gonna do it in a 4-part series, beginning from when I found out I was pregnant, how my pregnancy journey was during that whole period. That will be the 2nd part, and then the 3rd part is going to be the day of giving birth and how that day was and everything. And the 4th part is going to be crazy. I'm not even going to tell you guys because when I think about it, it gets me mad, but that's going to be the 4th part. So yeah, I found out I was pregnant when I was actually corona positive. I found out I had corona last year in December, like I think it was November going into December. The week before I had done like a couple of shoots, so I was like feeling sick, you know. And now looking back at it, I feel so guilty because I feel like probably I gave someone corona and I didn't know, because at that time like my sense of taste had disappeared and like my sense of smell was slowly disappearing. So by the time we got to now the next week after that time I saw myself having those symptoms, I decided to like have a test nini done. Actually my mom freaked out and she was like, wife, I knew 2 tests. So I got the test done, and true to it ended up becoming positive. I'm sorry, I was feeling like the lighting was a bit off, so I wanted to go and fix that. I don't know if it made a difference, but yeah, during that time I got really sick. So after I found out I was positive, obviously Fabian and his dad also got tested, but then thank God they were negative. And it was just a crazy, because it was like I get tested again after 2 weeks. Yeah, I think that's how it still is. Like if you're positive, after another 2 weeks you get tested. So I got during those 2 weeks I was doing okay, not okay really, but my senses, like the smell completely disappeared and the taste completely like disappeared. So I started like taking dawa is ginger, garlic, lemon, honey, and then you boil that stuff and you keep drinking it like from morning till night. Like ni kama dawa, literally you drink it 3 times a day. So I started drinking that, and then when the time came for me to get tested again, I was still positive. So the next time, now like I feel like that was my 2nd phase, because I was really hoping like after 2 weeks after I get tested I'll be negative, but I wasn't. So the other next 2 weeks became very, very bad. Like I was feeling weak, I was feeling tired. I had to wake up every single day in the morning to go take walks and stuff like that. So it didn't even hit me that I had missed my period. Like there was so much going on, like it didn't even hit me that kuna kitu kama periods. Like I was still in shock of the fact that I was actually sick with corona. So it didn't even hit me at ifijanyesha or stuff like that. So time went by, I started feeling better. I was just feeling like really, really weak, guys. Mind you, this time I was already pregnant. I think I was like a month pregnant. That's how many weeks? Like 5 weeks. Yeah, I think I was like around 5-6 weeks pregnant by then. So by the time December was ending, because I got my results from my 2nd test on literally 31st tukivuka mwaka ndio daktari alinitumia like on WhatsApp akaniambia like you're negative. I think that was the best New Year's gift for me. So during that period when I was actually COVID positive, I was weak, I was tired, like I was really tired. Nilikuwa nashindwa kuamka, so I had to get up every day in the morning and go take walks. Like I was just feeling like crap. So after now I started feeling better is when it hit me like, by the way, sijanyesha. So I decided to take like a pregnancy test. Taking the pregnancy test, it ended up being positive. I always take two, I think I have a picture of it, I'll insert it. I always take two pregnancy tests at the same time. So I always buy 2 tests na ziweka, and they both came out positive. And then I was like, okay. And then I told Fabian's dad, I was like, oh, by then I'm pregnant, and it was all good. So being pregnant with corona, guys, wasn't really like the best thing ever, because you know, I was taking also a lot of medication. Like I was taking like paracetamol because my head was really aching. I think I was getting even like really bad headaches, so I was taking a lot of paracetamol. Then but I was taking like supplements to boost my immune system, you understand? And then still I'm taking this dawa, of which I don't feel like dawa would affect you in any way. But I think the fact that I was on constant like medication and stuff like that was what made it like, now when I look back at it, it's when I was like, oh my god, like my body was going through so much during that time, fighting corona, being pregnant, and I'm just like, I don't know. I was even thinking like maybe corona like played a part in me losing my pregnancy, but the doctor was like, we've never had any such cases, and if it actually did cause it, then it would be like among the first cases that we've had that corona makes you lose your pregnancy. So I've actually not gone back to the hospital to get my results like from my test. I'm planning to do that because the trauma that I went through in that hospital, that's why I'm telling you guys, I have so much stories. So I haven't brought myself to go back there, but I feel like I'll go back very soon. So now after I found out I was pregnant, as in, I was happy, yes, but I was like, hey, no, actually I was very happy. Yes, I was very happy. And then now the journey began. And this, when I look back at it, you guys will just allow me to use that term, but when I look back at it, it just hits me how I really went through it during those 7 months, yeah, because by the time I lost my pregnancy, I was about to enter 7 months, like my 3rd trimester. So it was, when I look back at it, like I really went through a lot during that time, because during that time when I was pregnant, like my nausea was horrible. I literally would puke in the toilet. With Fabian, I never vomited. I would just get the feeling, but then it would literally like go away. But this one, guys, I was constantly puking, like natapika too. Anything I eat for the first 3 months, I was literally vomiting it, and it was not a good feeling. Like you just wake up and you feel like vomiting. I mean, I hated that so much. Like that's the one thing I didn't like. Like I was so, hey, like this was the total opposite of what my pregnancy was with Fabian. You understand? Yeah, Fabian is here. He's refused to leave. So I actually fainted twice. I fainted twice during this pregnancy. And what else happened to me? I fainted twice. I broke out in sweat. Do you know what breaking out in a sweat is? It means like your whole freaking body is drenched with sweat. Yani unashika hivi nguo ni kama umekimbia marathon. Yani iko soaking wet. That's what happened to me. So I'm gonna give you guys like one story, and then I'll save the rest for when we do now the second part, which is now like the pregnancy journey. So now after after now, like I was now negative and stuff like that, we decided to go and do an ultrasound just to see, like, to confirm and see like for real like the baby is there, and then now start doing like the baby clinics and everything. So we went and we did the ultrasound, and the baby was very healthy, because I think we did the ultrasound in December, January, like I think in February, if I'm not wrong. Yeah, I'll post a picture there. And everything was good. Everything was perfectly fine. My blood work was fine. They did all the tests on urine and everything. Everything was fine. Like literally there was no indication from the beginning that there's anything wrong with my pregnancy. With Fabian, I think I had a urine infection, if I'm not wrong. Yeah, so I got dawas for that. But with my baby now, her name was supposed to be Nadine Amari. So with Amari, that's how I'm going to refer to her from now on. I don't want to keep calling her my baby because she had a name. So with Amari, there was no indication that there's anything wrong. Like my blood work was fine, my urine was fine, like everything was perfectly okay. The first time I saw her, she was actually laying on her back, and I used to get like these little flutter kicks. She even started kicking earlier than Fabian, so I would feel like her kicks in my belly and stuff like that. So that's when I knew like, oh my god, actually I'm pregnant, before I even went and did the ultrasound. You know, even if you take the test, you still look for other assurances that you're actually pregnant. So she was very active, if I can say. She was very active. She was kicking a lot. Like she started kicking from the word go. You'd get like small butterfly kicks, and because I've been pregnant before, I was able to detect like when she started kicking. So it came as a shock to me when she just stopped kicking, and I just like, anyway, yeah. So now, when as time went by, like I did like even an interview for shoots, because at the time my belly was still not showing, so I could still like do photo shoots and stuff like that. So one day, Golden Eye Creation, actually, he's a photographer, he called me and he was like, oh, I think we should do something together, blah blah blah. And I was like, you know what, before sasa hii ball ionekane kabisa, let me go and do this shoot. Where little did I know I was going to go and like it was going to be a journey and a half. So I went, he told me, I got to town, I took a matatu and I got to town, and then he told me like, normally when I don't know a place, it's easier for me to take an Uber and get there. So since I know like the journey from town to my home, there's no point of me taking an Uber from here to the location, especially if it's far, when I can cut the cost by taking matatu from my house till town, and then from town I now take the Uber. So there was no traffic going to town. So when I got to town, I was actually hungry, and I decided I was craving a meat pie. Oh my god, yes, I was craving a meat pie. I literally craved meat pies from the first trimester. So I got a meat pie from Baker's Inn. Oh my god, those meat pies are delicious. So I got a meat pie from Baker's Inn, and I think Afia juice, yeah. And then I crossed over and took an Uber. I had already ordered my Uber, so I took the Uber from, what is this place called, GPO. So I took an Uber from GPO, and now the location was in Ngong Road. Yeah, Ngong Road Airport. There's a studio called Studio 1, if I'm not wrong. So getting to the shoot, everything was perfectly fine. We were with another model, and then now it got to my turn to do makeup. So the makeup room is like a room in itself, yeah, and then there's a curtain to where now the exit of the room is, and there's no windows or anything. So the makeup artist covers me with that thing. Unaona kitu watu weka kwa kinyozi ndio usichafuke, yeah, same thing. So she put that cover on me, and then she started doing my makeup, guys. So she's doing my makeup, and I'm feeling hot. You know the meaning of hot, guys? I am feeling burning hot, and I'm just like, where? Okay, I can play this out. Yeah, then kidogo now I start feeling like shitting. I feel like going to the loo. I'm like, wow, okay, what type of feeling is this? So I'm feeling like shitting. My body is feeling so hot. So I go like, okay, let me just tell her to let me go to the loo before she now starts, you know, the whole process, and she's into the makeup process, and I don't want to distract her. So I go like, Akiwa, can I please go to the toilet? Just kidogo to please, and then she was like, cool. So the lady, who I think is the one who manages inside the studio, like things around the studio, so she goes like, okay, I asked her like, can you take me to the loo, because I didn't know where the loos were. So she takes me. So we're walking in the process, and I start feeling dizzy, as in I'm feeling dizzy, and I'm walking and I'm walking and I'm walking, and then all of a sudden it just went black. I opened my eyes, Guys, I'm opening my eyes and I just see I thought, actually, before I even woke up, I was hearing like noise in my head because the studio has music. So I'm hearing noise in my head. I'm like, huh? What the hell? See, I was going to the toilet. Where is this noise coming from?